Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Getting Out of Bed with Micah, where I take you along with me on my journey as I grow in discipline through getting up early and starting my day off in a productive, successful way. So today it is Thursday. I've gotten up just before 7, so, pretty happy. It's kind of like been my overall goal of this week is to just do better than last week. Last week, I was like incapable, it seemed, of getting up before 7. And so this week I've been getting up into 6:40 to 6:50, 5 range, which, isn't the best thing in the world, but it's better. We're moving forward. We're getting there. We're going in the right direction. So happy. Honestly, I'm always somewhat impressed that I'm actually getting out of bed at all on Thursdays. I think it's the Lord, definitely the Lord, because Wednesdays I'm always out crazy late, with the youth and everything. So, but yeah, so today, rolling on, doing things. About to hop up in the Word, get some time with the Lord. Always loving that. Thursdays is, also one of my favorite days. I know I just said yesterday that Wednesday is one of my favorite days, but Thursday is also one of my favorite days. I really enjoy Thursday because it's like that little sweet spot of really chill, because majority of the week is over, but you also don't have the it's the weekend, so you gotta do weekend things, and so it's just this really chill, sweet spot. So I really enjoy it. I listen to a leadership podcast on Thursdays, which I really enjoy doing that. I love learning about leadership and such things. So it's super cool. But anyway, gonna get going on my morning things. So let's do it. All right, I have finished yon morning things. About to get rolling on getting ready for work and all of that. Launching out into the day. But what really jumped out at me in my Bible reading today, reading in Luke chapter 3. We see some cool stuff with, John kind of stepping into his ministry and, going hard, my boy. Love John. But then after that, we see here a genealogy of Jesus. And usually, I kind of just ignore genealogies. I'm like, really? It's unnecessary, homie. But I actually found this to be kind of cool because, all of these people God had to work with to bring this line, to be able to bring Jesus through this line, because, this goes, from Joseph, forgot his name for a second, this goes from Joseph all the way back to Adam. And, in order for Joseph to become the person that he needed to be, to when Mary, his soon-to-be wife, was like, hey, bro, I'm pregnant. But trust me, it's the Lord. I'm still a virgin. I didn't cheat on you. It's the Lord. Just trust me on that one. When she said that, for him not to just stone her, because he could have, that was a thing. But for him to respond correctly, and then, Jesus, shows up to him and everything and says to him as well. But for him to respond correctly to this and to be able to be who he needed to be, that had to be taught to him. And so then that had to be taught to them. And so then that had to be taught to them, and it tracks all the way back. And so in order for this to be able to happen the way that it did, God had to work with each person in this line to be able to, bring to pass what he wanted to do over all of these 4,000 years, which is pretty crazy to me, all of that. And then the other interesting thing is that, the people that are in this line, there's some awesome, cool stuff and everything, with David and being, one of probably the best king that ever lived. And then, you've got Noah, who's, the flood and all of that and everything. But at the same time, while they did all these great things, you also see David, who was an absolutely terrible father, who murdered some guy so he could steal his wife, and had all of this like craziness that went down with his family, where his son was like raping his sister, and then his other son was killing that son, and like all kinds of crazy stuff. And then of course, you got Noah, who, if I remember correctly, was getting wasted and dancing naked with his kids. And then of course, there's Adam, who ruined everything. Trifling. But anyway, but and it just kind of reminds me that um, the mistakes that we make don't overshadow God's ability to use us, and His ability to work with us and work through us, because they made these horrible mistakes. But in spite of that, they were key pieces to the the genealogy of Jesus, and that line that brought him, that brought Joseph, who was able to raise him, these 30 years that we don't see Jesus for the most part. Over those 30 years, he's with his family. And if Mary and Joseph hadn't been who they were, then God wouldn't be able to use them and bring Jesus to the earth. And so all of that comes from, these broken and, people that made mistakes and all of that, but God was still able to work through them to bring to pass what He needed to. And so if He can do it through them, He can do it through me. He can work with me, even in my mistakes. He can work with you, even in your mistakes. So don't give up on yourself in your dark times, because God's not giving up on you, and He never will. So keep fighting. You will get there. But yeah, so that was cool. I think this is probably the first time I've ever pulled anything deep out of genealogies. So, but hey, you never know what God's gonna use to show you something when you're reading. You're just reading along stuff you already read, all this stuff, and God's just like, boom, here's something, and you're like, whoa, okay, bro, I see you. But anyway, so yeah, gotta get ready for work, gotta go, gotta ride on, stuff to do, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit me up with, questions, thoughts, what you're reading, all of that, thoughts about what I'm reading, what I should read next. I'm getting kind of close to the end of New Testament, which is the beginning, but the end for me. But yeah, if you got something you'd like me to read, then let's do it. But anyway, hit me up. But as always, remember that you are important, that you are valuable, that you matter, that Jesus loves you, and so do I. And I'll see you next time. Toodaloo. Bye.